What's up, YouTube? This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go over my WWE Raw review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Now Monday Night Raw was a decent show, and I give it a 5 out of 10. The Raw video plays, and we go live into the Heritage Bank Center to see a big protagonist display. Tonight's main event will be a six-way elimination match featuring Seth freaking Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, Finn Balor, and The Miz. The winner will face Austin Theory for the United States Championship on Raw 30th anniversary next week. Okay, so we get the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos and Solo Sikoa, make their way to the ring. Replay are showing from this past Friday's SmackDown of the Usos and Solo Sikoa assaulting Kevin Owens doing his match against Sami Zayn. Alright, the Usos grease the crowd. The Bloodline is now in Cincinnati. Jimmy Uso says they run SmackDown and Monday Night Raw every single week before Solo Sikoa puts a beating on Mustafa Ali tonight. They need to address what happened on Friday. Jay says Kevin Owens cannot cross the tribal chief and get away with it. He'll learn that at the Royal Rumble. They also have some big plans for Raw 30. Jimmy says every generation of the bloodline will be the attendance for an acknowledgement ceremony for Roman Reigns. They also defend the Raw Tag Team Champions against the Judgment Day. They're going to beat the Judgment Day because they the twos and they the ones. The Usos the ones. Okay, the Judgment Day comes out to the stage. Rhea Ripley tells the Usos to stop it right there. The only thing that the Bloodline needs to acknowledge is that the Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor says not only do they run the show, but they also ran the Gauntlet and the Raw Tag Team division last week. Now they're running straight for the Bloodline. Finn Balor actually says yeet. And in all seriousness, the Judgment Day gets in the ring. Finn Balor says he wants to thank the ex-con Dom for stepping up and filling in for his fallen brother. Dominic helps the Judgment Day become the number one contender for the Raw Tag Team Champions. Finn Balor holds his ribs in pain. Damian Priest tells Finn Balor to be cool because they need him at 100% for later tonight. Damian Priest says those red belts will be permanently coming home to Raw. Damian Priest has a question. The Bloodline always says they run Raw, but they'll never step up to the Judgment Day. Finn Balor says they never have. Dominic Mysterio starts sniffing on the microphone and asks Mommy if she smells it. Mysterio says he smells fear. The Usos are scared. Jimmy asks who they're supposed to be scared of. Not Dominic. Jay says they held the titles for 546 days and put every team down. They started this historic run by beating Ray and Dominic Mysterio at Raw 30. The Judgment Day will be welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Now I ain't hear the Uso say penitentiary for a long time, but they said it tonight. Mysterio says he hears them talking, but they wouldn't last a minute in the cell with the prisoners who he was in with. In the pen, they call an Uso a wannabe. The biggest wannabe is the Streets champion back there. Solo Sikoa doing nothing. Solo Sikoa get in Mysterio's face. Prison downstairs stares a whole back at him. Rhea Ripley pushes Mysterio aside and stares down Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa stares at her before backing away. Solo Sikoa then gets back in her face, so Mysterio forearms him in the face. Solo Sikoa barely feels it. Solo Sikoa takes down. Takes Dominic Mysterio down. Finn Balor and Damian Priest began brawling with the Usos. Damian Priest dares Solo Sikoa to hit her. Solo Sikoa sets up and hit hit her with a Samoan spike, but Mustafa Ali blindsides him with a dive off the top rope. And that segment right there I did not like. But Showstopper TV, I do agree with you. If Solo Sequoia would have headbutted Rhea Ripley, that segment itself would have been fire automatically. But I agree with Showstopper TV, man. Shout out to Showstopper TV for saying that. You know what I'm saying? Solo Sequoia should have headbutted Rhea Ripley right there, but it didn't happen. So we go to commercial break. All right. So we get the first match. So we get Solo Sequoia versus Mustafa Ali. This match was a I'm gonna say this match was average. This was an average match. We joined this match in progress. Ali flips over Solo Sequoia, but Solo Sequoia reverses a whip to the corner and connects with a Samoa drop. Solo Sequoia beats Ali down in the corner and hits a running hip attack. A pre-tape promo with Mustafa Ali is shown. Ali says he didn't get a chance at payback and will get it tonight. Back to live action. Solo Sequoia applies a chin lock to Ali. Ali fights up and elbows him, but Solo Sequoia headbutts him down. Solo Sequoia sends Ali into the ropes, but Ali holds on. Ali dropkicks Solo Sequoia twice before hitting the ropes. Solo Sequoia charged, but Ali superkicks him out of the ring. Ali hits the ropes for a suicide dive, but Solo Sequoia punches him in the face. Solo Sequoia turns Ali inside out with a clothesline. As Ali flips on the clothesline, he inadvertently kicks Solo Sequoia in the back of the head. Solo Sequoia talks trash to Ali. Solo Sequoia punches away at Ali in the corner and backs up. Solo Sequoia goes for another running hip attack, but Ali moves. Ali shoulders him from the apron, but Solo Sequoia grabs him before whipping him hard into the ring post. Ali crashes to the floor. The Usos comes back through the crowd and get on the apron. Kevin Owens music hits and Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring. Kevin Owens attacks Jimmy before sending Jay Uso headfirst into the barricade. Kevin Owens reverse a whip on Jimmy into the ring steps. In the ring, Ali hits Solo Sequoia with a tornado DDT for a near fall. Ali goes to the top rope for a 450 splash, but lands on his feet. When Solo Sequoia moves, Solo Sequoia immediately hits a Samoan spike for the victory. The winner of the match, Solo Sequoia. This was a solid match. Okay, Kevin Owens immediately gets in the ring and hits Solo Sequoia with a stunner. Kevin Owens throws Solo Sequoia out of the ring and lays him on the commentary table. Kevin Owens goes for a dive, but the Uso stops him. Kevin Owens fights them off, but WWE officials run down to stop Kevin Owens. The Bloodline retreats, and Kevin Owens is furious. All right, let's move on. Now this backstage promo was too funny. Bobby Lashley sounds charismatic right here. Bobby Lashley is backstage. You can put as many former champions in tonight's match as you want. There's only one Almighty. It is being an elimination match means 5 hurt locks to put people out. Austin Theory can put as many obstacles in his way. They will meet again. That that was just funny, man. But anyway, Raw 30 takes place next week. Vince McMahon's voice is heard, welcoming everyone to Raw. So we go to commercial break. So we get a video package, Cody Rhodes Road to Recovery Part 3. 4 months after surgery, Cody Rhodes returned to training to get back in shape. Cody Rhodes announced that he is back at the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes will return at the Royal Rumble. All right, let's move on. This segment was just trash. Elias is backstage and says he's heading to Adam Pearce's office to get into the Royal Rumble. MVP walks out and bumps Elias. MVP tells Elias not to bother Pierce about the Royal Rumble since the winner is already at since the winner since the winner is already a done deal. Elias thinks MVP is talking about himself and says he hasn't been relevant in the ring in years. MVP says if he keeps talking like that, he'll get him a match with the 2023 Royal Rumble winner. Elias says if MVP wants to talk with Elias, then it's a done deal. He accepts. MVP enters Adam Pearce's office. All right, so we get the next the Street Profits will take on Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. So we go to commercial break. So we get a tag team match. The Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. This was a good tag team match. Shelton Benjamin starts against Angelo Dawkins. Shelton Benjamin knees Montez Ford off the apron and goes after Dawkins. Benjamin attacks Dawkins and hits a German suplex for a 2 count. Cedric Alexander tags in. Benjamin and Cedric Alexander sends Dawkins into the ropes, but he cuts off the double team and tags in Ford. Ford kicks out Cedric Alexander back and hits a springboard cross body block. Ford turns Cedric Alexander inside out with a clothesline and gets fired up. The crowd responds to him. Ford draws Cedric Alexander to the apron, but Cedric Alexander pulls him out. Cedric Alexander goes for a German suplex off the apron. Ford holds the ropes and elbows him back. Cedric Alexander quickly clotheslines Ford down on the apron. MVP walks down to ringside. Benjamin and Cedric Alexander looks confused. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the break to see Benjamin and Alexander attempting to double team Ford. Ford escapes and tags Dawkins in. Dawkins runs over Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Dawkins hits Benjamin with a diving back elbow. MVP looks disgusted. Dawkins hits a twisted avalanche on Benjamin and tags Ford in. Dawkins hits a spine buster on Benjamin. Ford follows up with a frog splash and covers, but Cedric Alexander breaks up the pin. Ford gets Cedric Alexander out of the ring and tags Dawkins in. Dawkins puts Benjamin on his shoulders in an electric chair as Ford goes to the top rope. Cedric Alexander blocks Dawkins. Benjamin scales the ropes and hits Ford with a belly to belly superplex. Benjamin covers, but Dawkins breaks it up. Ford hits Benjamin with the insecurity. Okay, Dawkins and Alexander both tag in. Ford hits Benjamin with a plancha. Alexander then hits Ford with a suicide dive. Dawkins then hits a beautiful somersault senton on Benjamin and Cedric Alexander and sticks the landing. Dawkins gets Alexander in the ring and goes for an avalanche. And MVP goes to move Alexander, but he's too late. Dawkins is knocked back. Benjamin and Cedric Alexander double team Dawkins while the referee abolish MVP. Alexander covers, but Dawkins turns it on him for the victory. The winner of the match, the Street Profits. This was a good tag team match. All right, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander yell at MVP at ringside. All right, let's move on. Kathy Kelly is backstage with the Judgment Day. Finn Balor says he's ready for tonight's six-pack challenge. Chad Gable comes up and shush everyone. Gable says he couldn't believe his cauliflower ears when he heard them say they ran through the Raw Tag Team division. Gable says they stole that win for them last week. Rhea Ripley gets in Gable's face and warns him to walk away. Dominic Mysterio says he was pumping iron all day and night in the yard, and he couldn't keep Rhea Ripley back if she went after Gable. David Priest tells Gable and Otis to walk away, or they won't make it to the ring. Gable says Otis hasn't gotten his steps in today. So that's a good idea. So coming up next, Becky Lynch calls out Bayley. So we go to commercial break. This segment was just awful. Becky Lynch music hits and she makes her way to the ring through the crowd. The man has come to Cincinnati. Becky Lynch gets in the ring and calls that dope Bayley out. Bayley comes out alongside the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Becky Lynch calls Bayley a Karen. Bayley says she beat Becky Lynch so badly that she forgot that her name is actually Bayley, not Karen. Bayley isn't understanding that a Karen is. Becky Lynch says she's entitled idiot with a bad haircut. Corey Graves says he has an unkaren. Damage Control gets in the ring. A Becky Chan picks up. Bayley says Becky Lynch is calling her names, but this sounds like a bit bitter reaction that she lost to her and still has no friends. Becky Lynch has an arena full of friends in Cincinnati. They all think Bayley is a sour-faced dope that peaked in 2015. Bayley says 2015 was when she was running NXT while Becky Lynch ran her and stole her spot. Bayley says she was robbed by Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch took her spot on Raw, SmackDown, and WrestleMania. Everything Becky Lynch has should be hers. Becky Lynch says the point that Bayley is missing isn't that they didn't see something in her. Bayley wanted to be a leader. Becky Lynch wasn't supposed to be the man, change the game, or be the first woman to main event WrestleMania, but she did. But she did because she works harder than everyone else. She'll do it until she can't anymore. Becky Lynch loves it, and she knows Bayley loves being the focal focal point, but she can't do that while whining and moaning. Bayley says Becky Lynch only took off because another woman punched her in the face. Becky Lynch suggests that she punched Bayley to get her out of her rut, but she hides behind Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Bayley says she didn't need them. Becky Lynch suggests they have a cage match next week on Raw to prove that Bayley hesitates before eventually accepting. Becky Lynch says she'll see Bayley next week. That promo between Becky Lynch and Bayley was awful. Dolph Ziggler is warming up backstage. When Mustafa Ali comes up to him, Dolph Ziggler keeps getting opportunity after opportunity handed to him. Ziggler says no one gets anything handed to them for, from one professional to another. He doesn't have time for Ali today. Ali takes Ziggler down and asks if he has his attention now. Dolph Ziggler looks upset. All right, six the 6-way elimination match takes place later tonight. Commercial break. Elias is in the ring. Elias thinks he face he's facing MVP who comes out dressing in a suit. He's really facing Omos. So we get Elias versus Omos. This match was garbage. The bell rings and Elias charges Omos. Omos throws him to the corner and charge, but Elias sidesteps him. Elias punches him, but Omos shows him off and big boots him down. Elias gets out of the ring to recover. Omos follows him out and Elias attacks him. Elias jumps on his back, but Omos pulls him off. Omos charges, but hits the ring post when Elias moves. Elias charges, but MVP puts his cane in his way. Elias grabs his guitar, but Omos grabs it and headbutts him. Omos smashes a guitar. Elias attacks Omos, getting in the ring with 3 high knees. Elias goes on the top rope, but Omos grabs him and hits a tree slam for the win. The winner of the match, Omos. This match was trash. I'm sorry, this match was garbage. Byron Saxton is backstage with WWE official Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce says Raw's 30th anniversary will be one of the biggest nights in the show's history. Akira Tozawa comes up and says he wants in the Royal Rumble. Akira Tozawa wants a match to show he deserves to be in the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce gives him a match. If he wins, he'll go a long way towards making his case to be in the match. That segment itself that segment itself was trash. So you mean to tell me that Akira Tozawa has to have a match to get in the Royal Rumble? But um look at what Crow Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. They didn't qualify for the match. They just say so Liv Morgan and Crow Rodriguez are automatically in the Royal Rumble. But Akira Tozawa gotta qualify just to get in the Royal Rumble. That don't even make any sense. But anyway, let's continue. The Judgment Day is walking backstage. They'll be in action against Alpha Academy next. So we go to commercial break. So we get a tag team match. The Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio, accompanied by Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley versus Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis. Now this match was, pretty good for what it was. Dominic Mysterio starts against Chad Gable. Mysterio has a teardrop painted under his left eye. Mysterio signals for a test of strength to test how well he prison works out have gone. Gable scares him away. Perhaps Mysterio thought he had a shank on him. Mysterio drags Damian Priest in. Dominic Mysterio tags Damian Priest in. Damian Priest powers Gable up, but Gable escapes. Gable applies a race lock, but Damian Priest powers him out of the ring. Gable gets back in and puts the race lock back on. Gable twists around and goes for a drop toe hold, but Damian Priest doesn't go down. Gable applies an ankle lock, but Damian Priest quickly gets in the corner and kicks him back. Gable charged, but Damian Priest big boots him down. Gable soon tags Otis in, and Otis knocks Damian Priest to the corner. The crowd loves Otis, and Gable tags in and comes off the top rope with an axe handle to the arm. To the arm, Gable scares Dominic Mysterio. This scares Dominic Mysterio down. Gable hits the ropes, but Dominic Mysterio pulls the top rope down to send him to the floor. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the break to see Damian Priest take Gable down. Mysterio tags in and hits Gable on the top rope. Gable punches him down to the mat and hits a diving headbutt off off the way of the way across in the ring. Otis and Damian Priest tag in. Otis takes Damian Priest down with a shoulder block and a back elbow. Otis attacks Mysterio and knees him in the face. Damian Priest gets out of a scoop slam and claps the ears. Otis knocks Damian Priest, but Damian Priest responds with a spin kick. Otis comes right back with a world's strongest slam for a near fall. Damian Priest boots Otis back, and Dominic Mysterio blind tags in. Otis avalanches them and sends Damian Priest to the corner before avalanching him. Damian Priest falls down in a perfect position for Otis. The crowd gets fired up. Otis does a caterpillar and just about falls over. Otis botches the caterpillar. He botches that right there. But anyway, let me continue. Otis goes to the second row. Mysterio pulls Gable off the apron, but Gable hits a belly to belly suplex on the floor. Damian Priest hits Otis with South of Heaven off the second rope. Gable quickly runs in and hits a beautiful German suplex on Damian Priest. Mysterio attacks Gable, but Gable locks him in an ankle lock. Rhea Ripley distracts the referee, allowing Damian Priest to chokeslam Gable. Mysterio covers for the victory. The winner of the match, the Judgment Day. At this point, you might as well turn the Alpha Academy baby. You might as well turn Alpha Academy babyface. At this point, that's what Showstopper TV said. Just like I'm saying, the Alpha Academy needs to turn babyface. They was heels before, but they need to turn babyface. I'm talking about the Alpha Academy itself. But anyway, let me continue. The Judgment Day, consisting of Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio, will take on the Usos for the Raw Tag Team titles. The Raw Tag Team Champions next week on Raw's 30th anniversary. Okay, let's move on. So we get a video. So we get a video package. WWE honors the remarkable life of the re, Reaver, Reaver and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So we go to commercial break. So we get the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Io Sky, accompanied by Dakota Kai, versus Mitchin, Mia Yim, accompanied by Candice Ray. This was a decent match right here. The bell rings and they circle the ring. They lock up as Io Sky pulls the hair, but Mia Yim pulls her down. Io Sky kicks her, but Mia Yim reverses a whip. Mia Yim drop kicks Io Sky down. Io Sky pulls herself up in the corner, but Mia Yim attacks. Io Sky goes for the apron and grabs her, but Mia Yim attacks. Io Sky comes back with a nice missile dropkick and follows up with a double knees in the corner for a 2 count. Io Sky bounces Miriam on the turnbuckles and breaks the face on the ropes. Miriam pushes off and forearms her. Io Sky quickly takes her down and goes for a crossface. Miriam fights it, but Io Sky applies a crossface. Miriam rolls her over for a 2 count. Io Sky quickly takes her down and goes for a double underhook bomb. Miriam fights it, but Io Sky lands on her feet. Io Sky hits an uppercut and elbows away at her. Io Sky goes for a hurricanrana, but Miriam holds her up and hits a neckbreaker. Miriam punches and kicks her down. Miriam hits 2 kicks to the chest and connects with a flapjack. Miriam hits a low drop kick to the face and goes for a whip, but Io Sky holds the ropes. Miriam hits a German suplex and goes for eat defeat, but Dakota Kai distracts her. Candice LeRae pulls Dakota Kai off the apron. Io Sky knocks Candice LeRae back. Miriam hits eat defeat for the win. The winner of the match, Michin Miriam. Okay, this was a decent match. Dakota Kai immediately gets in the ring and attacks Miriam. Candice LeRae runs in and hits a cold breaker on Dakota Kai. Miriam and Candice LeRae celebrates in the ring. All right, let's move on. A video package. I'm sorry. A video package. Alexa Bliss announced she is the new face of Evil last week on Raw. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair is back and will be out next. So we go to commercial break. The Royal Rumble takes place a week from Saturday. The commentators talk about the card book so far. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair makes her way to the ring, and EST champ picks up. Bianca Belair is only been a few weeks before, but she missed everyone so much. If it were up to her, she will never miss an episode of Monday Night Raw. This profession has risk like getting her face busted on the steel steps. She will do it again and again because with every risk comes the reward of being Raw Women's Champion. Champ picks up. Bianca Belair said she wasn't here last week but heard everything she had to say. Bianca Belair wants to know if she has the guts to come out and say it to her face. Alexa Bliss comes out to a remix version of her theme. Alexa Bliss says she'll repeat herself for Bianca Belair and anyone that needs to hear it. Bianca Belair fears her because she doesn't know what she's do. I'm sorry. Alexa Bliss comes out to a remixed version of her theme. Alexa Bliss says she'll repeat herself for Bianca Belair. Anyone anyone that needs to hear it. Bianca Belair fears her because she doesn't know what she'll do next. Bianca Belair asks if Bianca Belair asks if Alexa Bliss really wants to beat 29 other women to wait for a title shot, or does she wants to face her for the Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble. Alexa Bliss wants to know what's the catch is. Bianca Belair says Alexa Bliss wants to be in control. So this is her chance. Alexa Bliss says she'll see her at the Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair says she can't see her tonight as well. Bianca Belair attacks Alexa Bliss and sends her into the ring post. Bianca Belair sends her into the barricade and bounces her off the lead apron. Alexa Bliss tries to send her into the ring, into the steps, but Bianca Belair puts the brakes on. Bianca Belair charges, but Alexa Bliss sends her into the crowd. Alexa Bliss pulls herself up and Bianca Belair rides up behind her like a honor movie. Bianca Belair pulls her into the crowd and kicks away at her. Bianca Belair sends her into the walls and grabs a chair. Bianca Belair puts two chairs facing each other, seat to seat. Bianca Belair goes for the kiss of death, stops when Uncle Howdy emerges. Alexa Bliss slides off and chops blocks of Bianca Belair before hitting a DDT on the floor. Alexa Bliss looks over at Uncle Howdy and backs away. If I was Bianca Belair, I won't be talk. Ain't no more talking. I would have ran straight up the ramp and punched Alexa Bliss right there. And shout out to Showstopper TV for saying that. Bianca Belair, if I was Bianca Belair, I won't say nothing. I would have ran straight up the ramp and punched Alexa Bliss right there. It wouldn't even be no talking. That's what Showstopper TV said. But shout out to Showstopper TV for saying it. All right, so we go to commercial break. Next match, we got Akira Tozawa versus Bronson Reed. This match was awful. This was an awful match right here. The bell rings and Bronson Reed quickly grabs Akira Tozawa before hitting a head and arm suplex for a near fall. Bronson Reed applies a waist slide, but Akira Tozawa gets to the ropes. Akira Tozawa drop kicks a Bronson Reed and kicks away at him, but Bronson Reed barely feels it. Akira Tozawa hits the ropes, but Bronson Reed avalanches him down. Bronson Reed headbutts him back and chops him in the corner. Bronson Reed stomps Akira Tozawa down in the corner and chokes him with his boot. Bronson Reed whips Akira Tozawa into the corner and viciously avalanches him. Bronson Reed toss a little trash before grabbing him. Bronson Reed hits a scoop slam and hits a running senton splash. Kevin Patrick calls it a steamroller. Bronson reapplies a grounded race lock, but Akira Tozawa fights up and elbows him in the head a few times. Bronson reforms him and goes for a back suplex, but Akira Tozawa flips through. Akira Tozawa stunts him with a kick and hits a hurricanrana. That sends Bronson Reed out of the ring. Akira Tozawa hits a baseball slide and connects with a suicide dive. Akira Tozawa fires up and goes to the apron. Akira Tozawa for a rolling senton off the apron, but Bronson Reed catches him and hits an insane release powerbomb onto the turnbuckle, onto the barricade. Akira Tozawa hit with the back of his neck. Bronson Reed gets in the ring to break up the count. Bronson Reed then kills Akira Tozawa with a diving shoulder off the apron. Oh my. Bronson Reed puts Akira Tozawa in the ring and goes to the top rope. Bronson Reed crushes him with a tsunami for the victory. The winner of the match, Bronson Reed. This match was awful. Awful match. It says Byron Assassin is backstage with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins says just when he thought he was out of the United States title picture, they put him back in. Seth Rollins has decided to be in Cincinnati. Tonight he'll win. Then he'll be Austin Austin Theory next week after that he'll win the Royal Rumble in San Antonio and kick Roman Reigns, at WrestleMania. The main event is next, so commercial break. Next week on Raw is 30th anniversary. Becky Lynch battles Bayley in a steel cage match. The Bloodline will also have an acknowledgement ceremony. The Usos will defend the Raw Tag Team Champions against the Judgment Day. Okay, WWE legends will be attending the graphic shows: The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Road Dogg, X-Pac, Ron Simmons, the Bella Twins, Kurt Angle, and Jerry the King Lawler, and Teddy Long. Finally, Austin Theory will also put the United States Championship on the line against the winner of tonight's main event. All right, so we get the number one contenders 6-way elimination match. Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin versus Bobby Lashley. This was the match of the night right here. I love this match right here. The winner of this match will take on Austin Theory for the United States Championship at Raw 30th anniversary. The bell rings and everyone immediately begins brawling. United States Champion Austin Theory comes to the stage to see who will become his next challenger. Commercial break. We return from the break to see Seth Rollins and Ziggler fighting in the ring. At ringside, Dolph Ziggler bounces the Miz off the commentary table. Elsewhere at ringside, Lashley attacks Corbin. Austin Theory is on commentary now. JBL shows Lashley and Lashley gets in his face. Corbin attacks Lashley from behind. Miz hits Ziggler with a back body drop into the timekeeper's area. Dolph Ziggler pops up and heads butts him back. Dolph Ziggler then jumps off the barricade and hits Miz with a spike DDT on the floor. In the ring, Seth Rollins hits Balor with a rib breaker. Finn Balor ribs are taped up from last week. Rollins goes to the top rope, but Baron Corbin attacks him. Baron Corbin goes for a superplex, but Seth Rollins fights it. Finn Balor attacks Seth Rollins. Finn Balor and Corbin go for a double team superplex, but Lashley runs up and powerbombs Balor and Corbin as they superplex Rollins. Lashley goes for a spear on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins sidesteps him. Miz clotheslines Rollins out of the ring. Ziggler goes for a zigzag on Lashley, but Lashley shrugs him off. Miz goes for a skull crusher finale, but Lashley pushes him off. Ziggler hits Lashley with a famous hit. Ziggler follows up with a skull crusher finale, but Lashley kicks out. Ziggler goes for a spike DDT on Miz, but Miz shoves him off and kicks away at him in the corner. Miz hits patented corner clothesline and boots Corbin off the apron. Miz rolls Ziggler up for a near fall. Miz immediately big boots him down. Miz starts the it kick on Ziggler. Finn Balor rolls Miz up for a near fall. The Miz kicks Balor in his injured ribs and hits a roundhouse. Ziggler ducks a roundhouse from Miz. Miz blocks a super kick and applies a figure four leg lock on Ziggler. Ziggler screams in pain. JBL is caught at ringside, looking disgusted by the sign. JBL cannot hide his real life feelings about the Miz. Ziggler screams in pain, but manages to roll Miz and reverse the pressure. Rollins gets in the ring and hits Miz with a stomp for the elimination. The Miz has been eliminated. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, we see Finn Balor and Corbin double teaming Seth Rollins in the corner. Balor attacks Dolph Ziggler at the other corner and whips Corbin to him. Corbin flattens Ziggler with a avalanche. Finn Balor whips Corbin again towards Rollins. Rollins moves, so Corbin goes for an in clothesline. But Bobby Lashley attacks him at ringside. Lashley leaves Corbin to dive him into the ring post. But Finn Balor cuts him off. Finn Balor and Corbin take Lashley down at ringside. Finn Balor gets in the ring, but Rollins takes him down and knocks him out of the ring. Rollins hits a flying knee on Finn Balor off the apron. Seth Rollins grabs a water bottle from the commentary table and spits water in Theory's face. Rollins gets in the ring and attacks Balor. Corbin attacks Rollins. Rollins and Ziggler begin to double team Corbin. Dolph Ziggler drop kicks Corbin in a corner. Seth Rollins and Ziggler go face to face and talk Rollins. Then forearms Balor and Ziggler forearms Corbin. They switch places and repeat. Lashley puts Corbin out of the ring and sends him into the ring steps. Ziggler then rolls Seth Rollins up for a 2 count. Seth Rollins rolls Ziggler up for a 2 count as well. Rollins avoids a super kick from Ziggler and hits Lashley and Corbin with a suicide dive. Finn Balor avoids a splash from Ziggler and hits everyone with a somersault sent onto the floor. Ziggler then goes to the top rope and takes everyone out with a crossbody block for the fall. In the ring, Corbin goes for a powerbomb on Ziggler, but Ziggler kicks out. Ziggler super kicks him out of the ring. Lashley goes for a spear on Ziggler, but Ziggler kicks him in the face. Ziggler hits Lashley with a zigzag. Finn Balor leaves at Ziggler, but Ziggler super kicks him out of midair. Seth Rollins runs in and hits Ziggler with a pedigree for the elimination. Dolph Ziggler has been eliminated. Commercial break. Back from the final break of the evening, we're down to the final four with Seth freaking Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin whips Balor into Lashley. Finn Balor holds his ribs in pain. Corbin then whips Balor into Rollins. Corbin goes for another whip on Balor, but changes his mind and breaks up the partnership with a deep 6-4 near fall. Corbin punches away at Balor. Seth Rollins grabs Corbin, but Corbin viciously punches him back. Seth Rollins responds with some slaps to the face of Corbin. Corbin drops Rollins on the apron and punches him down at ringside. Lashley comes up behind Corbin and turns him around. They trade big right hands before Lashley whips him to the corner and hits a corner clothesline. Bobby Lashley backs up and charges with a vicious shoulder. Lashley hits a twisted neckbreaker for a clothesline. Corbin out of the ring. Lashley attacks Balor as he tries to attack. Seth Rollins runs in, but Bobby Lashley grabs him. Lashley hits Balor with a DDT while simultaneously hitting Rollins with a flatliner. Bobby Lashley then grabs Seth Rollins and hits a modified Dominator for a fall. Lashley blocks an apron kick for Balor from Balor and hits a delayed vertical suplex back into the ring. Bobby Lashley sides Balor up before turning to the stage to see Omos MVP making their way to the ringside. Lashley looks confused. Corbin gets in the ring and clotheslines Bobby Lashley. Finn Balor hits Corbin with a sling blade. Rollins clotheslines Baron Corbin out of the ring. Finn Balor hits a woo drop kick on Lashley in the corner. Finn Balor hits Lashley with the coup de grace. Seth Rollins immediately hit Finn Balor with a stomp for the elimination. Finn Balor has been eliminated. Corbin avoids a stomp from Rollins. Corbin pulls him out of the ring. But Seth Rollins super kicks him. Omos grabs Seth Rollins and throws him over the commentary table. Baron Corbin looks up to Omos and backs away. Corbin gets in the ring and Lashley spears him down for the elimination. JBL looks disappointed. Baron Corbin has been eliminated. Lashley points at Omos and yells at him. Theory then locks Lashley in the face with the United States Championship. Omos grabs Theory by the throat. Boy chokes him through the commentary table, but Theory leaps over the top. Omos still has the grip applied, so Seth Rollins hits a stomp on Omos on the table. Rollins then leaps off the table and attacks. Theory Rollins clotheslines Theory into the timekeeper's area. Seth Rollins gets in the ring inside, slashing up. MVP gets on the apron, so Seth Rollins super kicks him off. Seth Rollins hits the ropes, but Bobby Lashley spares him for the victory. The winner of the match, Bobby Lashley. This was the best match of the night right here. So I enjoyed this six-way elimination match. Bobby Lashley will face Austin Theory for the United States Championship at at Raw's 30th anniversary, and Monday Night Raw goes off the air. All right, but like I said earlier, um, Monday night Monday Night Raw was a decent show, and I give it a 5 out of 10, and I give it a 5 out of 10. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Raw review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what are your thoughts on WWE Raw. Like I said earlier, Monday Night Raw was a decent show, and I give it a 5 out of 10. And that's all I gotta say from here. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, get notified when I premiere a brand new video, go live on YouTube. Follow my socials, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow for I'll see you guys tomorrow for my WWE NXT review and highlights, and that's all I gotta say from here. So this your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. KFG crew, KFG Kings, too sweet. I'm out of here, gang.